Yo, 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 guys, it's Steph and Joe with TICTACGO, and we are back today for a big episode 10 of our Antique Roadshow, and we are also coming to you from one of our favorite stops, the Maumee Antique Mall. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. Alright guys, welcome to episode 10, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. Normally we go ahead and we pick out 5 different items and see if they're deals or no deal. Well, today for the 10th episode we are going to do 10 different items. So let's have some fun. And Maumee is one of our favorite places that we like to go. As you can see, there's so many different items here for every collector, and this place is huge. I mean, it literally could take you probably an hour and a half to even 2 hours just to really go through and sort through and see every single booth that they have. So let's go ahead and get started. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. That's going to be the theme of our next item that we have here. So for those of you that don't know, Beetlejuice was a movie back in 1988 that starred Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis as a couple. It also had one of Winona Ryder's first movies and the famous Michael Keaton, who portrayed Beetlejuice himself. So this item in particular was really eye-catching because you don't really see too many Beetlejuice dolls out there. And this one was really in good tact. It had the box, never looked like it was ever taken out of the box, never used. And here you can see some of the little sayings that it says. It's showtime. Has a lot of the cool different sayings that he would say in the movie. So let's go ahead and see if it's a deal or no deal. Now looking at one here out of the box from 1989, rare, it even says $150 plus shipping. Here's another one for $316 plus shipping. Free delivery, and then one more here for $145 plus delivery and tax as well. So the one at the store was $125, and overall I'd say that's a great deal, especially for anybody that loves a movie and wants to have a little bit of Beetlejuice in their home.
All right, so we found a pretty unique looking sports picture here. It's from Pabst, Pabst Blue Ribbon, the beer itself. And it's an old school photo of some football teams and some football players. Looks like they're actually executing a strategy called the Flying V, or the Wedge Foundation. Part of an offensive strategy here with the quarterback and the rest of the team. Looks pretty dated, looks like a pretty antiquated photo. Was kind of a cool piece of sports memorabilia that we thought. I haven't seen this, and it's got the beer bottle again here at Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's a part of the actual piece. So kind of a cool addition here with the beer bottle and the image and the picture itself. So let's see what we could kind of find out here and determine if this was really a deal or not a deal. So kind of as we took a look and we looked for comparable offerings, we did find one here online. $120 plus $12.69 shipping. For $125, we thought it was a good deal. You don't have to pay the shipping. There's not much out there in terms of comparable comps. Not a bad deal, so we're looking pretty good in this episode.
Alright, so the next item that we're going to look at today is a 1963 Barbie and Ken Jigsaw Puzzle. Now, when I think of puzzles, I would think that this would be a hard item to keep intact just because there's so many pieces, the risk of losing them, the getting bent, things like that. So when I see something like this old and, in relatively good shape, I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, it's surprising. So, and Barbie is such a classic brand. So we wanted to go ahead and see if the one at the store is a deal or no deal. Here we found the exact one for $9.99 plus $9 delivery. Here's another one for $16.99 plus $10. And that one was in really good condition. The one at the store here was $20. And it's a deal because it has such good condition, and when opening up, it did seem like all the pieces were there.
All right, so the next item we have here is a version of The Mask from the Jim Carrey film from the 90s, The Mask. The really cool thing about this too is if you actually hit the button and squeeze him, I believe his eyes pop out. So kind of a cool feature there. The tagline from the movie obviously was From Zero to Hero. It was a pretty cool movie, and if I recall, it had Cameron Diaz in it. Pretty neat kind of piece here as well. The doll is definitely representative of the character. You can see here it is in its original packaging, the original box as well. A little bit beat up, but overall I would say this is in pretty solid condition. You can actually also place the doll in all kinds of funny poses, so that's kind of cool as well. So definitely a very cool throwback here to this comedy film. You can see here the image of The Mask, Jim Carrey himself with Cameron Diaz, some of the goofy faces and mannerisms that he had. So let's discuss whether this actually was a deal or not a deal. So we found a couple of comps here. You could see this one from 1994, and it is a rare doll, $75. Another one here for $59.95, free shipping. This one here was $60, so this was kind of right in the ballpark, no shipping. We said this indeed was a great deal.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at a vintage Radial Flyer red wagon. Now, Radial Flyer is a company that's best known for their manufacturing of wagons, bicycles, tricycles, and things like that. They were actually a company based out of Chicago and founded in 1917, so they certainly have been around for a long time and over 100 years. Now, this wagon that we're looking at in particular did have some wear and tear on it. Definitely does have that vintage look to it. But overall, you know, the wheels, everything was in good shape. It was all there. Nothing was missing. So wanted to go home, see, you know, exactly if it was a deal or no deal. Here's one. It looks the same. $63 on discount from $75. Here's another one. $119 plus tax, free delivery. Here's one that you can actually find. It looks like a remake. $109, $112, and then here's some more remakes. It looks like, you know, even for vendors from Walmart, eBay, $80. So the one at the store was $45 firm. And I would say overall, it's not a bad deal. Definitely worth the pickup. I know if you don't want to have something that is not an antique, there are ways that you can buy it online. So either way, it's a win-win. Okay guys, so this is a really cool, probably one of every little girl's fantasies. I know I would have wanted this as a little girl. Looks like it's probably somewhere maybe around the 70s, give or take a little bit, but very intricate, detailed dollhouse. Now the one at the store here had a lot of little furniture pieces. You can see it looked hand painted. Little couch. I think it comes with 30 something furniture pieces and maybe 11 dolls, but really, really cool. 3 stories of fun here. And I was just amazed at all the little furniture, everything that was still really good and intact. So really liked it here. You can see the kitchen, living room, the attic. So let's go ahead and see if this is going to be a deal or a no deal. Now, while we couldn't find any exact replicas, we did do our best to kind of find ones that are like this or at least close to it. Here's one that had a lot of detail for $800. This one does have electrical in it. You could have the lights. This one here, $300, 2-story vintage, handcrafted. And again, that one had $250 delivery. This one's a really beautiful one for $14.95, 1960s. That one was really pretty. This one at the store was $425. So given the fact that it has all the dolls with it and the furniture, I'd say it still was a really good deal. They probably might need some little updating and definitely some additions to it, but fun collectible to have. Alright guys, so this next item is based off of a true trailblazer, an icon in the country music world, Dolly Parton. It's a doll made after her, and for those that don't know Dolly Parton, she is an 11-time Grammy winner and even has her own theme park down in Tennessee, in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. And you don't see too many of these dolls. This one really caught our eye. She's never been taken out of the box, beautifully dressed, and a really, really cool thing to have, especially if you are either a country music fan and especially a Dolly Parton fan. So we're going to go ahead, take a look, and see if this is a deal or a no deal. One that we found, the exact one from 1984, is $144 plus 23 or so shipping. Here's another one, not the same doll, but $89.99, still a Dolly Parton doll. The one at the store here was $40, which I say is a great deal and something that for any collector, especially country music fan, you'd want to take.
All right, so this was a really cool item. It's a Justice League America comic from DC Comics. And the really cool thing about this that made it stand out is that it was encapsulated and graded. And I'm not a big comics guy, but I am big in autographs and sports, as you guys know, obviously, from this channel. This was graded in 8, and it was slabbed and graded. You don't see a whole lot of these. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's in pristine condition. So when we did some research, we wanted to ultimately see with the grading, is it a deal or a no deal? So we only found one comparable comic book, $3, but it's not graded. And we just kind of tried to pull up some other DC comics that were graded. And obviously it's going to range, but this one's an 8, $120. I know another one of the comics here as well. It's graded a 9.4, which obviously increases the value, $565. For $30, we thought this was a deal. It's graded, it's protected, and it's in great shape. So why not add it to your collection if you're a comic book fan? Great deal here, guys. All right, so we've got here an E.T. lunchbox. Everybody loves E.T., remembers that movie. Extraterrestrial. I think it had Drew Barrymore in it, one of her first roles, I believe. It probably was her first movie. But kind of a cool vintage lunchbox here. You can see the scene when Elliot is driving up into the sky on his bicycle with E.T. in the basket. You could see some of the graphics from the movie itself here and some of the cool images. Still in relatively good condition, a little bit rusty, but it did function, did open. So everything was pretty much intact, a little bit scuffed up, but not the worst condition as you can see here as I'm holding it in the image here. But you can see all of the cool characters, a lot of scenes. There's Drew Barrymore herself with her teddy bears and all that good stuff. So let's talk about whether or not this was a deal or no deal. So we found a couple of different comps here. $50, vintage E.T. lunchbox. $750, vintage 1982 E.T. It's got the thermos and it's unused with the tag. Here's another one, guys. $275 with $16.50 tax plus 13 shipping. Here's one for $99.99 again. So this is a pretty sought after lunchbox. $20, guys. This is a steal of a deal. It doesn't get much better than that, and a great collector's item.
Alright guys, so these next items were actually items that became a purchase. So we didn't do any research in the store, and it was actually the reasoning behind it was because I wanted that little Dr. Skull one. I used to have that as a kid, and I always missed that. I like that toy. I love Halloween. It reminds me of that. So when I saw it at the store, I was like, okay, we're gonna get this. And for those of you that don't know, Pez was a company that was invented or began producing dispensers 1949. So they've been around a long time. They have a ton of different kinds of, as you can see, Mickey, Star Wars, all just different kind of characters. So let's go ahead and see if it's a deal or no deal. This one right here, the Yoda is $761 plus $295 shipping. Here again, you can see around the same price. It's around the $10 mark with everything. Same here for the C3PO. And the next one here that you can see, it will again be a C3PO, $495 plus $275 shipping. Again, these are from the 1990s. Mickey Mouse here, this one gets a little bit pricier, about $12 or so, but then this one here is $15 plus tax. Again, a little bit of shipping on that one. And then the Dr. Skull, this one surprised me. It was $75 plus $5 delivery and then around $5 tax. That one said it had a rare feat on it. This one here is still $30 plus a few bucks in tax and shipping. And then this one here was $10 plus $4.60, so about $15. Overall, we paid $5 each, and I'd say that would be a great deal, and I was glad to get it. All right, guys, that is going to conclude episode 10. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please drop us a like or comment below. Let us know what you like to collect. Let us know if you collect any of the items that you saw today. And stay tuned because we have plenty of more shops and stops to make. Have a great day.